Today I've got the Mantis Laser Academy dry fire training system. As you all know, these days ammo prices have gone kind of crazy and going to the range can get kind of expensive. So if you can do some dry fire practice at home, your shooting skills are going to benefit from it. And to make it better, if you can do some dry fire practice with some feedback, that should make it even better as well. Mantis sent this to me to check out, and so I'm gonna check it out for all of you. We're gonna have a look at it, we're gonna see what comes with it, and we'll give it a try and see how the shooting goes with it. Now there's two versions of this kit. There's the standard version, which is what I have here, and there's the portable version. The standard version actually includes the portable version. The standard version is $149. The portable version is $99. So let's take a look inside and see what you get. The box slides open like so, and then on the inside, this is the portable kit, and then everything else that's in here is what comes with extra for the standard kit. So there's a large tripod, which I'll show you in a bit. And then there are large targets. The portable kit comes with smaller targets. The standard kit comes with these larger targets. These look like they're 8.5 by 11, and they are cardstock, and it is very, very good quality with different patterns here. Start, stop. Bunch of different patterns that you can see here. Some of them have the control setting on them. Some of them don't. Like I believe comes with some hostage targets, some people targets. This one, for instance, does not have a control on it. It comes with this large tripod. Mounting for the phone. The tripod here definitely compacts down to a nice small size. However, when you open it, you can lock it in place there. And then to unlock, you twist it and then it goes up. Up. Oop, keeps going. Is there more? Oh boy. This thing is really tall. All right, I'm back. So this thing it's tall. It's really tall. I'd say it's probably 4 feet or so tall. It's almost to the ceiling from the desk that I'm sitting at here. You're gonna see it that's how tall it is. Really tall. Really tall is how tall it is. But such that if you were standing, here you go, it comes up to my shoulders. I'm 5'7". So this is probably about 4 feet tall, so that if you're going to mount your phone on this, it will work just fine. To tighten it, all you do is you just twist it this way and it comes back down. It's really held in there kind of by friction. And then it comes with a phone mount here, and turn this up here. You could mount the phone mount either on here, this way, or you could do it vertically, whichever way you prefer. So that was the standard kit. Now the standard kit comes with the portable kit, and the portable kit, as you can see, nice and small so that you can take it with you. And inside the portable kit, let's have a look. Opening it up here, there is a smaller tripod. And this has the bendy legs. Then has the phone mount that you can put on top of it either this way or again this way. This stretches out so that you can mount your phone into that. Also in here is the laser cartridge. This is what goes in your gun, and this lets out a little laser on the target that you're shooting at. The firing pin comes and strikes the back here and lets out a brief laser onto the target. Also, there's a dowel rod in here so that when you put the cartridge into your gun, this doesn't have a rim on it so that your gun is not going to eject it when you rack the slide, and use this to kind of sort of ram it back out. And then this comes with some smaller targets, again because it's portable. You can see small targets and big targets, same hard cardstock. And then this is some blue sticky tack so that you can mount these targets to the wall without using paint, so that you don't rip the paint off your wall. So it's a nice, it's like a little rubbery substance, and you can just kind of rip it off like that. Now the next thing you want to do is take your phone and go download the Laser Academy app, either Google or Apple. comes in both versions because this is what you're going to use to track your shots, and we'll show you that in a bit. So you download that app, you go through a little bit of a setup process, you do some screen acceptances, and then eventually you come to a screen where you have the different shooting programs that you can use. Now you can see that some of those are locked. If you get the standard kit like I have here, it comes with a code that you can use to unlock those. Otherwise, I believe that you can pay to unlock those to use all those drills as well. Now the next step is to take the laser cartridge, which you can get in several different sizes, 9, 380, 45, and you take that and you load it into the chamber of your gun. So you take your gun, obviously you make sure it's empty, and then you put the hole, the laser side of that, down into your chamber there. And then you can close your slide. Now when you pull the trigger, the firing pin strikes the back of that little cartridge and it lets a little laser out. You can see right there. Now could you put an empty magazine into the gun with that cartridge? You could. The only risk you run is when you go to rack the slide between shots, you may end up with slide lock back here. So that may be a time where if you have, depending on the gun, if you have a gun that does not lock back without a magazine in it, it may be easier to use the gun without it. Otherwise, unless you're just gonna do kind of a quick little rack, that might be enough for you. So just as long as you don't get it all the way back, might be okay. And the last step when you're done to get that cartridge out, you lock the slide back, you take the dowel rod that comes with it and put it into the chamber there and pops that out. So looking at some of the drills we can do now, looking here on the screen, there are some tutorials that you can go through first, and then there, for instance, we'll do this open shoot single target. Open shooting single target. We'll try that. It'll say flexible practice on a single target, take any number of shots, any pace. Shots are paced, scored, and timed. You can hit continue, and it will show both targets up on the wall there. Get your gun out, and you can click start by shooting the start square. I'll give you a countdown.
8, 10, 8, 10, 8, 8.
And then you can stop it with the stop button. It will then show you on the screen where your shot placement was, how your times were. You can then shoot the clear button, the clear box, and that will clear them. Trying another drill, let's go back to the list. Let's try shot from low ready, single rep. So we'll hit the start. You can also hit the control, and that will start it. Countdown.
Ready. 8.
And it will give you the time and your placement on that. We'll do it one more time.
Ready. 8.
Again, there's the placement and the time. And one more time.
Ready. 8.
And so you can see 1.26, a little on the slow side. And we'll reholster. Let's try some of these other ones. Let's try, how about holster draw? Give that one a try. It says goal, fast and accurate shot from the holster, draw and shoot immediately after the beep. Repeat, each shot is placed, scored, and time. It says shots per rep 1, and we're gonna do 5 repetitions. Make sure we're... All right, and click the start.
Ready.
All right, and so looking now at the list here, you can see the draw times, kind of okay, not helpful from concealment, a little over 2 seconds. It gives you the speed there. That last one, not so great. And gives you a score, and then we can clear it right there. Now here's another little bit more interesting, realistic something you can do. You can get up close to targets like I was just doing, and you can draw and shoot at just a couple yards, at 2-3 yards. Not a big deal, it's easy, it's good practice drawing. But how about something a little bit more realistic that might happen in your house? Maybe in the middle of the night, someone breaks in, they come around the corner here, and you see them from down there by your bedroom about 30 feet, and maybe you need to shoot them at a distance, and maybe in the dark, and maybe, you know, targets that are kind of the same color, dark person, dark clothes, or in this case, light wall, light clothes. So the aiming is going to be a little bit more challenging. So maybe you try something like that. Let's give that a try. We'll hit the start button right there. And then I'm going to go back to 30 feet. And I'm going to drop out.
8, 7, 8,
Do a couple from back here. Maybe you move forward a little bit. I'm going to drop out here.
8,
Move up.
7, 9,
Moving forward. Maybe even do it left-handed.
6,
Maybe you do a drop out this way.
8,
And then you can move
8.
forward, advance on them. So that is a little bit more interesting to do than, again, just standing up close to a target, drawing, and shooting. It's a little bit more realistic. You can set up things like that in your house. Granted, you still have to have the camera pointed out them, or the phone rather as it is, but it's something a little bit more realistic. Then you hit stop, and then it will get you some scores. And you can see from 30 feet away, most of them decent. I tried for the one headshot from back there, but I did have the one flyer here. But again, this is at 30 feet, probably a 8 or 10 inch target that I'm aiming at. It's really not too bad given the distance. You know, there'll be more stress in the middle of the night, but it is something you can try. Set up different scenarios around your house or wherever you have it. You're just gonna need the phone pointing at the targets. That's really the only limitation. You know, here's something else interesting that I just learned from doing that segment and then watching it. Something you can learn from recording yourself, even in a situation like this. I was not happy with my dropouts. I thought I was way too exposed. And so watching that, you know, what I wanted was something closer to that, or up close to the wall to that, or from over here, maybe I'm gonna roll over my left eye and not much of me exposed. Again, something you can learn from recording yourself in a lot of situations, from shooting. You just want not much of you exposed and dropped out if you're gonna have to shoot someone around a corner. So that was a good lesson that I just learned from watching that. So record yourself shooting, record yourself with your trigger control to make sure you're not jerking the trigger. Recording yourself is very valuable. Recommend that. Completely unrelated to this video, but recommend that. That is shockingly fun because, you know, when you sit at home and you don't have this whole setup here with the timer and something counting you off, I mean, you can sit there and maybe you set up a target on the wall and you can draw on it, but there's nothing keeping track of what you aimed at. There's nothing keeping track of the time. There's nothing, I mean, you can get a timer and count you off, but there's nothing, it's a little bit more stress with it doing this. Now, one thing I will say as a training scar that you need to be careful not to develop is between every shot, you need to obviously re-rack your slide. You need to be careful that in real life, when you go to shoot, you don't shoot and then have the training scar of racking the slide after every shot and rocking out a good round. So that is one thing, one sort of deficit I could see of this to be aware of, but otherwise, I mean, I just did this for the first time here in front of you, and it's a blast. It truly is. So I'm gonna keep doing these because all these cards, I'm gonna try the different options. You get to use your own gun. The only thing I would say that would be, if possible, is if they could come up with a way that it could reset the trigger on these. They have an option for an AR that you can get that resets the trigger, but on a pistol, obviously you have to redo it yourself every time, which again, training scar and some other issues there. So it would be fancy if maybe you could use a SIRT gun with a laser in it. You can, by the way, if you have a laser gun, some type of your own, you could use that. You don't have to use this specific cartridge, but again, if you get the kit, it comes with it. You download the app, you pay a little extra money, you get the full course load that you can do, and it's fun. It really is fun. So I say give it a look. The Mantis Laser Academy. It's some cool stuff that it comes with, and it's a lot of fun.